house. Yeah. If you're watching closely, you'll see someone ghostly, a spooky kind of guy.
What's up, yo, Spook? It's Boo. It's King Boo.
That's right. We're the big bad Boos coming at you with a movie review. I don't think we went into this thinking it was going to be a bad movie review, but Jamin, I think you enjoyed this one, didn't you? Yeah. And the film that we watched, what was it called, Jay?
Spook.
Somewhere inside this house
Says no one's ever been inside the spooky house, Max. Nobody that lived.
is a mysterious magician.
Don't go in there. The spooky guy might get you.
A movie released in the year 2002. It was filmed a few years before that, and we saw some YouTubers kind of poking fun at it, and we thought, well, maybe this would be a ripe film to pick apart. And no, it's maybe not the greatest thing in the world, but it's pretty wholesome and fun, and I laughed genuinely in a few parts. It's the story of a magician who lives in a spooky house.
Oh, at a spooky house.
The titular spook house. And there's a group of kids, one of whom is an orphan. And the Great Zamboni is a magician who years before retired from magic because a trick he was doing with his wife went awry, and she disappeared and he couldn't bring her back. So he lives in this big spooky house now, and there's a group of kids, one of whom is named Max, and he's the orphan, and he feels a particular bond or draw to the Great Zamboni. And these kids are chased around by some bullies. That's and a lot of just wacky hijinks and craziness, Halloween craziness and wacky hijinks, and a series of wacky events. Spoiler alert for this 20-year-old movie, but the Great Zamboni ends up becoming friends and a father figure to Max, and they form their own little family. And at the very end of the movie, he performs a magic trick where his wife returns, and they all become a nuclear family. And you seemed very touched and overjoyed by that part. And it touched your heart, didn't it? Yeah. So the Great Zamboni is played by Ben Kingsley, and he wears a big, crazy fake mustache. And they kind of give him a goth look with long black hair. I don't know why they. He has a. Is it a panther or a jaguar?
It's black.
He has a black panther named Shadow, and he says in the panther's his companion when this all gets started, and he says, didn't he say that he nursed the panther back to health? He nursed Shadow back to health, and they became friends, which is sweet. You know what? The part that was funniest to me, or my favorite part, is when there are these bullies who are giving these kids a hard time, and they try to steal Max's bike. And then they try to steal a wand that the Great Zamboni gave Max, and there's a funny part where he's like, no, don't steal my wand, it was Houdini's. And then the bully goes, who's Houdini? And Max says, I don't know. I'm laughing now. The spook house is charming. It's, I think if you're my age, maybe you get more enjoyment trying to figure out why Ben Kingsley made this silly little family movie. At that point in his career, he must have owed someone money. Look, you thought it was great. How many stars would you give it? Jason, how many stars would you give Spook House out of 5? With 5 being the most amount of stars you can get. Spooky House. Have I been saying the title wrong through this whole video? No, I feel like an idiot. Jason, how many stars would you give Spooky House? If 1 being the least amount of stars, 5 being the best, like the most. It was the greatest.
How?
So that means you liked it a lot, right? And you gave the Dancing Pumpkin infinity stars. So on your scale, 4 stars is higher than infinity. That's incredible, Jason. You've developed a whole new counting system. Forget about it. We're done. The conversation's over. Well, Jason, it sure was fun watching Spooky House with you, and it sure was fun reviewing it with you. And I can't wait until we have another night at the movies and watch something together. You have anything to add about Spooky House? Anything that we forgot? Anything else to say about?
My favorite. Oh, what does?
Yeah, this kid, he's 3 or 4 beers deep right now. So please tell us your favorite part of the internationally acclaimed and well-known movie Spooky House. Is it Mercedes Rule receiving CPR from that truck driver? Is it the harrowing kidnapping of Princess the Goat? Or perhaps you just enjoyed the banter between Dave the dim-witted bully and the young woman whose name escapes me, but who also appears in Freddy vs. Jason. Bye. We'll see you at our Spooky House.
My classic nightmare.
That classic nightmare.
I hate children. I hate children. I hate children. I hate children. I hate children.